Hi guys, welcome to class 4 of Civil 3D. I hope you guys are practicing well with the topic of profile and alignment. Mm, And let me know if you have any question through email. So this in this class we are going to talk about corridors. Um, Let me go ahead and get started. So corridor is a fairly simple topic. And the class will be very small for today. So but there are a lot of types and categories related to this topic which you can play around. So I recommend, even if this class is gonna be small, I recommend everyone to practice. So to create a corridor, first we need to have an assembly and sub-assembly. So this is the handout for today that I'll be posting to D12. So let's go ahead and start. So as you can see, there is a set of instructions. So let's go ahead and start this assembly.drawing file. So this is the drawing from the last week that we did. I have already go ahead and created this Jordan code profile and the other two profile of the alignments that we had already created. So now for this Jordan code we will be creating a corridor. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the creation of a corridor, first we need to create an assembly. So what is an assembly? It is just a placeholder, or it's like a assembly and some assembly are basically a typical section. If we go into the handout, it's a representation of cross section geometry of a feature. Like if you have a road, then it will have an assembly and some assembly of a road, which will contains like curves, sidewalks, soldiers, and the basic lane, etc. If you have like a if you have like a canal or something, it will have the canal base, the cover, and all. So that is how an assembly works. So to create an assembly, we go to this assembly and create assembly. So let's name this as a road. So I'm gonna name this as subdivision road over here, and then select this code set at all codes with hatching. So this is this, and okay. So after you create or click OK, it will ask for a place where it just wanna place this placeholder. So I'm gonna click this point. After you click this point, as you can see, this is very small compared to our drawing, because this is drawn on real scale and it is just an indication of a center line or point. So I recommend everyone to create a circle around it like this, just as a reminder or just as a reference, so that you don't forget where your components are. So after you have created an assembly, let's go ahead and create its part. Like for this corridor of this Jordan code alignment, we are gonna create, for this Jordan code alignment, we are gonna create an corridor of a road. So we will draw the components of a road. So to to draw the components, let's get started. So you can see this tool palette over here in this tool space. So create this, click over this, and you can see a big this appearing. So if you not have all these options, so you can this extend or decrease this size, like you can see. So there are a whole bunch of options. So as I was talking about, so these are the basic sub assemblies. Like you can create this assembly and then you can have whole bunch of options, like different types of shoulders, lighting that we can use in like roads or any streets. So you can play around with a lot of settings. You don't need to know each of them, because whenever you'll be working on a project, So they will give you the requirements, or you will set it as per the necessity. So but once you have those criteria, so you can look for these, or you can Google where are the types of the components that I'm looking for, and then you will find them. So we will do basic, just since we are in the start. So we'll do this basic lane, and we will change this depth as 0.5 feet. So after we do it, as you can see, this side, this is right, so we will draw for a single side. You can draw it for any of the side, right or left, and then we will mirror this. So after this, you can see I have like a snap like button over there, so I'm going to snap this center line so that it will create this at the right side of this. So this is my basic lane, which has only one side, like it is drawn on the right side of the assembly. So after I have drawn a lane, let me create a curve and gutter. So to create a curve and gutter, I'm gonna choose this basic curve and gutter. It is also in the basic tab. So I will click this basic, and then let me see what is the settings. So basic curve, and in the property the curve height is 0.5. So let me change this curve height to 0.5. And then as you can see, again this is the snap like button. So when I go over this right side, it has these circles. Basically these are denoting the edges of the lane. So when I click this, I have this curve. So this is the gutter and this is the curve. These are combined. So I have a simple basic lane of a road which is only in one direction. So what I will do is, like, press escape and then select this and mirror this. So you can see this is a different command than the regular mirror that we use in AutoCAD, because you can see the description over here. This is showing the mirror subassembly, like it's not a regular mirror. So don't use the regular mi command or anything like that. Only use this. So once I click mirror, I select this point, and as you can see, it automatically mirrors. So if your subassemblies are symmetric in most of the cases, so what you can do is create a subassembly for one side and go ahead and mirror for the another side. So you can put the component like soldier over there, or or any other thing, but for now I will leave as it is. So you can see this is a typical basic lane with, I mean, section of a road which has like two lanes and curb and gutter on both the sides. So we will use this subassembly to create a corridor. So since our subassembly is ready, you can label this as our typical subassembly or section of our road or anything like that, but I'm going to leave as it is for now. So now what I will do is start creating my corridor. So for this one, oh, I can see this exclamation. I have already explained, like, if your curve and all is not fine enough, then you might see these options. So like I said, I already fixed this, I think. Oh, I don't. Okay, live. So this is my Jordan code alignment, and I'm gonna create assembly for this, I mean corridor for this alignment. So as you can see, I have already labeled these and all. So let's go to corridor and click this corridor. So I'm gonna name this corridor as Jordan Court. And in the corridor style, it will be basic, and alignment, it is Jordan code, and in the profile, this is the thing that you need to take care about. So EGCL is existing ground level. and FGCL is the ground level that we created, if you remember from our last class. So FG is basically final that we created or that we designed, should I say. So the final should be selected because we will be drawing the corridor on our design level, not on the existing level. And for assembly, I will select this subdivision road and set baseline parameter. Let me see. Uncheck the box, so we will uncheck this baseline parameters. Click OK. Okay, so as you can see, once I provided all the requirements to create a corridor, the corridor has been created. So basically what it did is like take the width and draw it all along the alignment. So we have like a road like shape going all around the alignment, and typically this is how a corridor looks like. So it will have all the components and it runs all along the alignment. So now that we have created a corridor, so I think this is it. Okay, yeah, so this is the corridor. So there is one extra thing like creating surface for corridor. So if you wanna see how your corridor looks like, or after you have drawn your corridor you wanna draw contour for your corridor, so what you can do is click your corridor like this. Okay, so this, ignore this, and there is the option corridor surfaces. So this is, let's create a surface for our corridor, like, so then you, this is create a new surface option, and so this is just we have just created a corridor, but we have not added data to it. So what we will do is like in this option it shows like, so data type is set to links and the code is set to top. So mm, we will select this data type as link and code will be top, and let's rename this to corridor surface, and this is for final FG, and this can add. So now you can see under this corridor we have added the data. So now you can click OK, and it will ask, do you want to rebuild the corridor? So basically it's gonna add contour to it. So let's click rebuild, and now you can see the surface is added. So you have the contour is added to the corridor. So it's it has it has been rebuilt. So this is how your new surface would look like. So you might not have seen a lot of changes over here, but I just want to see you, just for fun, I want to show you something like, now that you have created the surface of the corridor, so what you can do is like go into this drop down over here, this palette, and then click this option. This, there is an object viewer. Oh, there it is. So this is an object viewer. So you can select this and you can select your corridor like this, and then click enter. So once you click enter, and you have a lot of options, like it will be 3D hidden or anything, like go into realistic, and then just rotate. If you rotate this, you can see. So if you zoom in a little, you can see. So if your computer does not have good graphics, or it is, it has not too much, I mean enough memory, this may not be shown in your computer, so don't, never mind. So this is how, once you create a corridor, this is how your surface would look like you can see a typical road over there which has this curved part and the main road, and these are the lines where, if you remember, so these are the section like every 50 feet, and these are the part of the curves. If you remember, we have a curve over here and then here, so this is a reverse curve. So this is how your typical road corridor will look like if you have created a surface. So you can develop similar corridor for any other sections like drainage or any other pathways which has like a section and a length which has alignment associated with it. So let me close this. So this is it for this class, guys. I hope you guys had a little idea about corridor and how it's associated with the profile. Like we have option to choose our final profile, and then we chose our alignment, and then how we linked it with the assembly and sub-assembly, different types of sub-assembly over there. So I hope you guys have a basic idea of it. So this is it for this class, guys, and thank you.